With the times changing, the adoption has gotten a lot more. Pretty much every card out there is contactless. People don't even have to pull their cards out anymore. They can use their phones for contactless. So it's really shaped the way we do payments. Contactless payments have sped up the queue process. I believe that when you have those options, especially in a self-checkout type environment where the consumer wants to get out as quickly as possible, the person in the queue waiting for that self-checkout wants to get into the lane as quick as possible and get out as quick as possible. I think that's really where contactless payment has really helps the consumer experience. No one wants to wait in a long line. Contactless also is very conducive to your unmanned lanes, not just self-checkout, but kiosk. It helps the retailer be able to offer different touch points more easily, in my opinion. A lot of these touch points that you have today, like kiosks and things like that, you don't want a pin pad hanging off of that. So not only, you can do obviously contactless at the pin pad, but it makes it a lot easier when you have a contactless option on some of these touch points that can really reduce and enhance the consumer experience. So with the contactless technologies, it's no longer isolated to the lane. It's not even isolated to the touch points that the retailer provides their consumers. Contactless has now reached mobile phones, right? And retailers who don't want to invest in a full point of sale system, it allows them to take payments anywhere, from their phone, from a tablet. It just really has made things a lot easier, a lot more adaptable to individual retail environments. You look at grocery versus convenience versus specialty retailer. They all work differently, and they all want to provide different consumer experiences. And that's where contactless technologies have really come in. It allows retailers to tailor the consumer experience to their business. I think this is a good time to invest in contact solutions just because of the consumer experience. Every retailer is focused on the consumer experience. The more options you give the consumer, the more likely you are to maintain loyalty, in my opinion. It's so prevalent now. Consumer adoption is going to do nothing but go up as they realize, a lot of consumers don't even realize they have a chip on their card that they can tap. But once they realize that, and it'll just make things a lot easier. Security-wise, payments when you tap a card, automatically tokenized. So from a security perspective, it helps the retailer maintain PCI compliancy. I think now is a great time to adopt those types of solutions for contactless.
AI is not replacing people. It is freeing up time. It is helping to automate repetitive manual tasks. It is helping to identify anomalies so that associates can engage with shoppers in ways that are best done by humans. They can help solve problems and build trust. AI can strengthen asset protection with pattern recognition and real-time insights, enabling retailers to intervene in the moment before loss occurs. AI can empower teams by reducing manual tasks, helping automate back-end efficiency, and enabling associates to focus on high-value interactions. AI can strengthen asset protection with pattern recognition and real-time insights, enabling retailers to intervene in the moment before loss occurs. AI can help retailers by providing consistent and comprehensive coverage across all touch points. We can ensure that a shopper accurately identifies their produce at every touch point, whether it's self-checkout or front end. We can make sure that all items are entered correctly into transactions without requiring intervention from store associates. Retailers can use security in a way that enhances the experience for shoppers by focusing on a transparent, customer-first approach. It's always important to consider the trade-offs between security solutions and customer experience, focusing on how to use AI and automation technologies to provide operational benefits that elevate the experience of the shopper, all while also ensuring a secure, accurate experience.
One of the ways that personalization can strengthen customer retention and loyalty is through creating tailored experiences. The more a retailer knows, the more they can serve you, they can make a better experience. And we have better experiences, in-store experiences, where we feel like people know us. We have a tendency to buy more and feel more comfortable. So we dwell in the retail establishments longer, which increases typically basket size, and we have a better feeling about it. Think about the times you bought things from people who you feel know you. It's almost a pleasure to hand over your money or swipe your credit card or something like that, because you're like, that person knew me. They knew my size, they knew my food preference and everything like that. So it seems less like a transaction and more like a human experience. I think the data points that retailers are looking at to help create more customized experiences are twofold. One is past purchase history. That's an indicator of future preferences. And also, I think it's the behavior in store. A lot of people are starting to monitor their cameras and see the different walk paths and the dwell paths and the customer journeys that people are using in there. So if you take customer purchase history and you also use behavioral analytics, you can create a much more personalized experience. I think one of the ways retailers should be transparent about what they're going to do with the data, and they should allow the users to have choice in how that data is used. If you think about a website that has cookies, it allows you to customize those cookies. I mean, I do want a website to have a little bit of cookies and know me, so it can personalize that experience, but I don't want it to know everything, and I don't want it to know my location when I'm on the phone. So the first thing is transparency. I want to know about that. And the second is I want to know that my data, if I'm giving you data about me, personalized data, is secure. I think personalization is just going to keep getting better and better as we use technology to understand customers more, tailor experiences, make them feel recognized, valued. We can replicate an experience in store, online. We can serve them up the content they want. We can use AI to anticipate needs, to hit different cycles. One of the things that I've been hearing a lot about lately is contextual personalization. And I'll use a coffee shop example, right? In the morning when I go into a coffee shop, I want to get that espresso and I want to get out. So that person knows in the morning, not a lot of chit chat, give me my coffee and a to-go cup and I'm out the door. When I come in at lunch, I want to spend a little bit more time. I want someone to recognize me, maybe have a conversation, give me a proper mug. I'm going to go sit in the corner, check my emails and take a break. So I think as we use technology to aid personalization, it just gets better.